Okay, so let's dive right back into our class. So in the last class, we explained what data cleaning is. Let me just do a brief recap of the last class. We explained what data cleaning is as the step-by-step process of improving your data quality in readiness for analysis by making sure your data is void of any form of errors, inaccuracies, inconsistencies, null or missing values, and duplicates. Okay. So we talked about having some certain techniques that aid us when cleaning data. Okay. And we started looking at some of those techniques in the last class. For instance, we looked at how to delete completely blank rows from your data. We looked at how to perform fill a range in a data. We look at how to use the flash fill that simply involves you giving an example to Excel and allowing Excel to replicate formula or whatever example it is that you give. And we also looked at find and replace, where we saw various functions under the find and replace, matching entire cell content, matching the case, and so on and so forth. And then we looked at formatting as well. All right. So in today's class, we're going to kick off from there, and we are taking a look at sort and filter, taking a look at changing cases, joining text, and text to column. What do we have on sort and filter? So as soon as you come to the next sheet over here, sort and filter. When you hear the word sort, it's very direct, very straightforward. So when I say sort, I want to arrange in a particular order, isn't it? I want to arrange in a particular order when I talk about sort. All right. I want to arrange in a particular order. Now, I can arrange my data set based on a column. Okay. I can arrange my data set based on a column. Whenever you have data like this, remember that each row in your data is actually a what? Is a record, isn't it? Each row in your data is a record. All right. Now, if each row in your data is a record, then it means that for this name, this is the company and the income associated with it. So if I am sorting by a particular column, it should not mix up the data. I can decide to sort the names column from A to Z. Okay. It means that the company and the income should rearrange following their respective names. So if it is the name I am sorting from A to Z, it will sort the names from A to Z, but it is going to tie it alongside the respective company and income. It won't just leave these ones stagnant. Okay, so that is going to cause some exchange of data, but it avoids that if you sort it in the right manner. So how do we sort in the proper manner? Okay, now on your data, click any cell. Okay, on your data, click any cell. Go up to the sort and filter option. All right, do you see the sort and filter up here? Now you're under the home tab. The sort and filter is up here. Okay, click on it and then click on the filter icon. Okay, you click on the filter icon. Now I'm going to explain filter, and I'm going to explain why you don't need to go through this to do your sorting. Okay, because if you go through this, it's going to ask you, do you want to expand selection and all of that? I usually avoid it by just going through the filter route. So click on this filter, and then you see some icons pop up in the column headers. Do you see that? You see some icons pop up in the column headers. Now, I have the filter icon in each one of the column headers. Okay, let me also explain the filter, what the filter means, and then we'll take a look at the two of them. Now, the filter is simply saying, oh, I need a certain set of data. Okay, I need a certain set of data. From this data that I have here, I only want to see a subset of the data. Okay, I can filter out what I don't need and return only what I need. Do you get it? Okay. For instance, I have people with income from about 60 something thousand to 200 and something thousand. Okay. I can simply say, oh, who are the people that are earning between this range in the income? And I would use my filter to achieve that. Okay. But first, let us look at the sorting. Let's look at the sorting. Okay. So if I click up here in the names column, I click on this icon, it is going to open up this to me. Now here, I would see the distinct values in that column. Okay, each value, any value that appears in that column is shown here. These are all the values in the column. Okay, it doesn't repeat them in this place. All right, so if you want to see only a particular person, deselect and select that person and say, okay, so this is filtering. I have filtered to see only this person, Adria Chapman. Now you see that every other data goes away. All right, but it doesn't mean that it has deleted those rows. No. All right, it doesn't mean that it has deleted those rows. So what it simply means that, oh, the remaining of the data, it has hidden it. It has hidden them. All right, so if I click on this icon again, I can click on clear filter from names. So if I click on clear filter from names, it clears filter from that column. Okay, it clears filter from that column. So once it clears filter from the column, it takes me back to my normal data. So now, if I want to sort this column from A to Z, coming back to this icon, click on that icon, and you would see sort A to Z and sort Z to A. Do you see that? So you can sort from A to Z. Now, I want you to take note of each record currently. Okay. As soon as I sort this column from A to Z, see what happens. Click here, sort from A to Z. Boom. Now I have the names from A to Z. But if you look at the company and income, you will see that it did not remain the same. Okay. Because they also needed to change respectively with respect to the names. Okay. So it means that your data is not being mixed up at any point. Do you get that? Okay. So if you want to do for the company, you come to the company, or if it's by the company you want to sort, let's sort the company from Z to A. You can see that now it's the company that is being sorted from Z to A. Do you see that? Okay. Or if I want to sort the income, I can sort the income from smallest to largest or largest to smallest. So let's see from smallest to largest. So this is from smallest to largest, the income. So I can see who is earning the least. Jonah Bean. Do you see that? Uriel Walters, Oliver Barr, Zahir Klein, Kelly McFadden. And you see the top 5 lowest paid. Okay. Now, there are advanced filtering options available for both a text column and a numeric column. When you go to your filter icon, you would see number filters. If it's for a text column, you see text filters. Okay. Now let us see number filters. Under number filters, I can filter to see values that equal a particular value. If I click on equals, I can say, oh, show me anybody that is earning, let me give a particular value, 198,699.66. Okay, that the income is exactly this. If I click OK, only one person, 198,699.66. What if I ask you that, oh, okay, how many people are earning? So if I want to clear the filter, I click here again and I click clear filter from income. Okay. Now, what if I ask you, how many people are earning above 200,000? Okay. If this was quite a large data set, you can use the filter, come here, number filters, and I want to see the income, people that have income greater than, because remember, above means that it is greater than. So greater than, and then I'm going to specify the number 200,000. Don't put comma. Okay. So 200,000, and I'll click on OK. Now you can see that there are only 2 people earning above 200,000. Can you see that? Let's clear filter. Now, what if I want to see the people that are earning between a range? Okay, I want to see those that are earning between, let's say, 100,000 to 150,000, both inclusive. So 100,000 and above, but it should be 150,000 and below. Okay, so I'm going to come to number filters again, and I would say, give me values that are between. Click on between. And then between what? 100,000 and 150,000. And I'll click OK. And do you see that? Okay. So only 3 people are earning between 100 to 150,000. Now, clear filter. But what if I wanted to see just the, let's say just the top 10? Only the top 10 employees. Okay. Or I might have more than, I might have just 10 here. Let's say I want to see the top 6. Okay. Only the top 6. I don't want to see another thing. I just want to see the top 6 alone. Okay. And let us assume that in this instance now, I have quite a lot, and I don't want to just use my sorting, because if I sort it, it will sort it in ascending order, isn't it? It will sort it in ascending order, but I don't want to use my sorting. Okay, I want to use my filtering to return the top 10, exactly top 10 or top 6. So what do? I'm going to click here. I'll come to number filters, and I'm going to get the top 10. Click on top 10. And then I need top 10 items. So what I need is top 6. So I'm going to delete that 10 that I have here and change it to 6. Now click OK. And this gives me the top 6 employees. Do you see that? It gives me the top 6. Okay. So I'm going to come back here and I'll clear filter. Now let's come back again. What if this time around? Okay. What if I wanted to see those that are earning above average? If you come here, you see above average, you see below average. Okay. You don't know what the average income is, isn't it? But Excel can calculate it and give you those that are earning above average automatically. without you manually calculating the average. So I'll just click on above average. I want to see those that are earning above average. Beautiful. Do you see that? So these are the people that are earning above average. These are the people that are earning above average. Okay. What of those that are earning below average? Number filters. Below average. These are the people that are earning below average. Okay. So I'm going to clear filter. Now, the same way you can do advanced filtering on numeric columns, you can also do advanced filtering on text columns as well. Okay, so if you come to the filter icon in a text column, you see text filters. So let's see, for the text filters, I can check to see if there are any names that match a particular name. Let's say I have a name in mind. I want to see if there's anybody bearing Levi George in this data. And I click OK. Oh, yes, there's somebody bearing Levi George. Do you see that? If I come back here and I clear filter from names, let me try another filtering operation. Okay, beautiful. Now I want to see the people whose names begin with a particular letter or ends with a particular letter. Let's see everybody that their names begin with the letter C. Okay, so I put in there the letter C and I click OK. You see that? It tells me two people. I have two people whose names start with the letter C. Okay, assuming I had quite a lot of data. Okay, somebody might have said, oh, we can simply check here and tick everyone that we see the name start with letter C. But what if I have like 500 of them? Can I start ticking all the letter C's? No. So this is where the text filters come in. Okay, I can also use text filters to check for those that contain a particular letter or does not contain a particular letter. Okay, now in data cleaning, you see this filter icon is like one of the most powerful tools in your data cleaning process because it reveals the secret of your data to you. In a column, you can have as much as 700,000 records and even above, but you cannot have the time to go through all the 700,000 records. But once you click on this filter icon, it gives you the values uniquely here. Okay, if it's still too much, you can just scan through, okay, to know what your data is saying. Now, should in case at any point somewhere in the data, you have a blank cell, okay, let's say I delete this value from here, tag feed, and I delete this particular value from here. Okay, now let us assume that this blank cell is far, far, far down my data. Okay, and I cannot easily notice it. Let's say I've been scrolling and it seems like there's no blank cell. Okay, but how do I know if there's a blank cell? What do I simply do? I would simply activate my filter icon like this, and then I'll come here and then I will check, is there any blank cell in this column? How do I do that? Under the values that I have here, I'm going to scroll, and at the bottom it tells me blanks. You see blanks in brackets. Okay, you have it in bracket because that blanks is not a value. It is telling you that there is an empty cell or you have some empty cells in that column. So if I untick select all and I tick only the blanks, meaning I only want to see that record where I have an empty cell in this column. So if I click OK, do you see that? So I can see that, oh, for this record, there's a blank cell somewhere. So this row is not entirely blank. Do you see that? Okay, so I can filter. Now, you need to learn something as well. Whenever you filter a column and you want to, they have not cleared filter from that column, you want to filter another column, for instance, company. If you only show the value, okay, that is being returned by the previous filter, You can see that this bubble mix that is only showing bubble mix under company because of the filter I've applied to name. Now, if I want to check filter in company, it will only show bubble mix. It does not mean that it is only bubble mix that is in this company. No. Okay. If I clear the filter from names, clear filter, and I come back to company, you see that I have the remaining companies as well. Can you see? So under the companies, I can, let's deselect or and select only the blanks and say, okay. Now this is where I have blanks under company. Okay. So when you are working, that's the reason why I said most times you won't want to go through the route of deleting blank rows. Okay. Unless you are working in Power Query Editor. Okay. Then deleting blank rows can make sense. But when you're working on Excel spreadsheet like this, you don't want to just say delete blank rows because deleting blanks would delete any row that has a blank cell. For instance, now here, you might not want to delete this row just because it has a blank cell in the company column. Okay, but if you say, oh, let's do the, what's it called, deleting blanks. How do we do deleting blanks? You highlight the entire data, isn't it? And then you go to find and select, go to special, and you locate blanks. Okay. So that's how I said you delete blank rows, isn't it? And then you now come to delete, and then you say delete sheet rows. If you click that, you can see that it's those rows. So even though you have just one blank cell in that row, it still deletes it. So what if you actually want to see those rows where you have the blank cells? You don't just want to delete just because of, oh, there is a blank cell there. All right. So that is where the filter comes in. I'm going to undo this. So that is where your filter icon comes in. So it helps you. So I'll just quickly check this out. I'll go down. Oh, yes, I have blanks. I'll come up. I'll deselect or I'll select only the blanks. Okay. I'll check it. So I think I can still proceed with my analysis even though I don't have the person's name. Or maybe I want to delete it, or maybe I want to fill it with something. Any which way. Okay. If I want to delete just this particular row, what I will do is I will highlight the row like this, and then I'll come up to delete, and I'll say delete sheet rows. Once I delete that row and I click on my filter icon, you will see that I don't have blanks there again. If I scroll down, okay, there are no other blanks in that column because I have deleted that row that contained blanks. All right, so it looks as if my data is not returning anything. No, you need to go back here and clear filter from names. Do you see that? So that row that had a blank or a missing cell is gone now automatically. Okay, so that is that on sort and filter. That's that on sort and filter. So what do you think of that? Do you have any questions regarding that?